Africa, the cradle of humanity, a land of immense beauty, diverse cultures, vast resources, yet beneath this splendor lies a growing tension, a potential flashpoint, one that could reshape global dynamics, and the world seems oblivious. Africa's history is marred by exploitation, its wealth siphoned away, leaving its people to face the aftermath. Now global powers are returning, attracted by oil, gold, and coltan. Their rivalries are escalating, pushing Africa towards a critical juncture. The global community must take notice. We must heed the warning signs. We must grasp the stakes involved before it's too late. Because if Africa becomes a battleground, the entire world will feel the impact. Africa is a continent of incredible wealth. Diamonds sparkle in the earth. Oil flows beneath the sands. Precious metals like coltan, essential for our smartphones and laptops, are abundant. This wealth should be a blessing, but it has become a curse. The world has always craved Africa's riches. Colonial powers plundered the continent for centuries. They left behind a legacy of instability and conflict. Now, new players are entering the game. China, Russia, the West, all vying for control. Each one seeking to secure its own interests, often at the expense of the African people. This scramble for resources is fueling tensions. It's creating fertile ground for proxy wars and regional conflicts. And it's pushing Africa closer to the edge of chaos. Let's be clear, Africa's problems are not solely its own. The fingerprints of foreign powers are all over the continent's troubles. Colonialism may be officially over, but its ghost still haunts Africa. Borders drawn with reckless abandon by colonial powers still divide ethnic groups. A legacy of economic exploitation has left many African nations struggling to provide for their people. And into this power vacuum step external actors, eager to exploit the situation for their own gain. They arm one side against the other. They prop up dictators who serve their interests. They turn a blind eye to corruption and human rights abuses. And in doing so, they fan the flames of conflict. The colonial era saw the extraction of vast resources, leaving behind a fractured society. Independence brought hope, but the scars of colonialism run deep. Today, African nations strive for progress, yet the shadow of empire lingers. The future of Africa depends on overcoming this complex legacy. We've seen this movie before. The world ignores a crisis until it explodes. We tell ourselves it's too far away, that it doesn't affect us. But that's a dangerous delusion. What happens in Africa will have global repercussions. Conflict disrupts supply chains. It creates breeding grounds for terrorism. It fuels mass migration and humanitarian crises. We can't afford to wait for the flames to reach our doorstep. We need to act now. We need to address the root causes of instability in Africa. We need to prioritize diplomacy and conflict resolution. And we need to hold those who profit from chaos accountable. The future of Africa, and indeed the world, hangs in the balance. International intervention is not just necessary, it's urgent.